Hi, this is Arthur, and this is a summary and explanation of the Tribal Chronicles quest for the Children of Echoes, released in the game Genshin Impact version 5.1. The traveler is walking around the Children of Echoes tribe when they see a child named Imix crying. Imix says her master, Shevin, went out to collect ore and is missing. Imix points them towards Shevin, and the traveler goes to look for them. They find Shevin and rescue her from some treasure hoarders. Shevin says she has a pure chunk of ore for Tlazolli and Nechka. Tlazolli is a former ancient name engraver, and Nechka is her daughter. Tlazolli retired to take care of Nechka, who is sick, but recently has gotten better. Tlazolli asks Shevin to find the ore as a birthday gift to Nechka. Shevin suggests they go with her to deliver the ore to Tlazolli tomorrow and offers a reward for rescuing her. The next day they meet with Shevin and head to Tlazolli's house. Once there they find Tlazolli's house empty and a mess. After looking around and finding Tlazolli's Tapetlasaur, Yengu, Tlazolli returns. Tlazolli says Nechka ran off and got lost and she went off to find her. After finding Nechka, Tlazolli brought her home and put her to bed. As a result, Tlazolli says they can't meet Nechka today. Shevin then tells Tlazolli to show the traveler her reward, which is a Blaze Gem inscription. Blaze Gem inscriptions are a special engraved ore where the engravement never fades. It seems only Tlazolli can make them, and it will take some time to complete, so the traveler should come back for it later. A few days later, Nechka's birthday is around the corner, and the traveler figures her Blaze Gem inscription is probably finished. Before heading to the Tlazolli's house, the traveler meets with Shilonan to discuss gift ideas for Nechka's birthday. Shilonan says Nechka wrote her a letter asking for a copy of the book To Kill the Brave, so that's what she's giving her. While they chat, one of Shilonan's customers comes by named Avilix. Avilix seems to have trouble remembering things and also owns a Blaze Gem inscription he bought from Tlazolli. Avilix says Tlazolli's Blaze Gem inscriptions are popular and many people in the tribe have one. As for Shilonan's gift, Shilonan explains To Kill the Brave is a story about twin brothers who defeat a demon lord. One brother gets possessed by the demon lord and the other brother kills the possessed brother. In the end, the surviving brother kills himself by jumping into a volcano. Shilonan mentions the author recently wrote another version of the story with a happy ending where the brothers survive, but it didn't sell well. As a result, the newer version now clutters store shelves, while the older version has become hard to obtain. Shilonan has luckily obtained a few copies and plans on giving Nechka a copy of the older version. They later head to Tlazolli's house and chat with Tlazolli. We learn Shilonan spent a large part of her childhood hanging out with Tlazolli. We also learn Nechka's illness is abyssal corruption. Tlazolli decides to make everyone dinner and sends Shilonan and the traveler to pick up ingredients from a messenger. They find the messenger and retrieve the ingredients. The messenger's name is Tlapal, owns a Blaze Gem inscription, and also seems to have memory problems. They return to Tlazolli, who prepares their meal. After they eat, Tlazolli explains Nechka's abyssal corruption has caused her to lose all her memories prior to her illness. Shilonan suddenly realizes Tlazolli's true plans and confronts her. Tlazolli confesses the popular Blaze Gem inscriptions she's been selling are part of her plan to restore Nechka's memories. Blaze Gem inscriptions are deviations of ancient names Tlazolli discovered long ago. Side note, ancient names are spiritual titles in that land passed down through generations. Ancient names represent the heroic deeds of all past bearers of that ancient name and can access memories of those deeds stored within Natlan's ley lines. Accessing those memories usually requires the assistance of a Wayab. Wayabs are godlike entities that watch over the tribes of Natlan. Ancient names are generally represented by a stone that must be forged by a skilled name engraver like Shilonan or Tlazolli. Unlike ancient names, Blaze Gem inscriptions do not access the memories within ley lines, but within people. Tlazolli's plan was to use the Blaze Gem inscriptions to extract memories related to Nechka from their owners and build a memory bank. That's why everyone who owns a Blaze Gem inscription has trouble remembering things related to Nechka. Tlazolli will then make Nechka her own new ancient name that can access the extracted memories stored in the memory bank. In this way, Nechka can sort of regain her lost memories. Tlazolli then gives something called the Central Inscription to Shilonan. The Central Inscription is the base that will become Nechka's new ancient name. Shilonan says she will examine it before deciding whether to help Tlazolli. Tlazolli also gives the traveler her completed Blaze Gem inscription and they say goodbye. They head back to the tribe and Shilonan analyzes the Central Inscription. Shilonan discovers Tlazolli intends on being like a Wayab for Nechka in that she will guide Nechka to her new memories. Unfortunately, this will weaken Tlazolli and likely kill her. They return to Tlazolli where Shilonan establishes some conditions before agreeing to help. While they're talking, they hear a noise from Nechka's room and check on her. They chat with Nechka, who says she's already read To Kill the Brave, which was the same book Shilonan gifted. This is odd because though Shilonen did give Tlazolli the gift, Tlazolli earlier said she hadn't given it to Nechka yet. Tlazolli explains that Nechka wanted to read the book a while ago, so she just bought her a newer copy. Shilonen then convinces Tlazolli to let Nechka along with the rest of them accompany her while she does some errands at the tribe. They return to the tribe, and during the errands, Shilonen repeatedly tries to isolate Nechka with the traveler. During these isolated moments, the traveler chats with Nechka, and it seems Nechka knows things from both the older and newer versions of To Kill the Brave. They eventually finish the errands and return to Tlazolli's house, and Shilonen confronts Tlazolli again. Shilonen says that if Nechka has really lost her memory, she should not know anything of the older version of To Kill the Brave. The older version had stopped being published long before Nechka's illness. If Tlazolli really bought Nechka a recent copy, then that copy must be of the newer version. And if that new version is the only version Nechka has read, then she shouldn't know anything about the older version. And yet, as derived from the brief chats with the traveler, Nechka somehow knows what happens in both versions of To Kill the Brave. Shilonen now reminds Nechka that she was the one who wrote her the letter asking for this book, and if she has something to say it now. Nechka then cries out for Shilonen's help. Tlazolli grabs Nechka, takes her inside, and locks the door behind her. Shilonen kicks down the door and they look around the house, finding a tunnel leading to Tlazolli's workshop. They proceed through the workshop until they find Nechka unconscious on some sort of altar with Tlazolli nearby. Tlazolli now elaborates on her real plan. They learn the real Nechka died long ago, likely from abyssal corruption. The Nechka on the altar is another girl, orphaned during an abyss attack. Tlazolli took her in and raised her for years, but eventually realized she couldn't replace the real Nechka. That's when Tlazolli came up with the plan to turn the girl she took in into Nechka through memories. Tlazolli now uses her ancient name and begins some kind of ritual. However, something goes wrong. Agonizing feelings pour out of the blaze gem inscriptions and a suffering, distorted Nechka is summoned. Shilonen uses her ancient name to purify the distorted Nechka. This new purified Nechka then heals the girl on the altar before disappearing. The real name of the girl on the altar is Nepecha. Shilonen then explains to Tlazolli the ritual didn't work because she gathered the memories and emotions associated with the real Nechka. Those who saw the real Nechka suffering from her illness could only feel emotions like pain and sorrow. This is why the Nechka she summoned was distorted. Because of those negative emotions and Tlazolli's own grief, Tlazolli's plan would never have worked. The purified Nechka was the true Nechka, whose memory was recorded into Tlazolli's ancient name. They attend to Nepecha and take her out of Tlazolli's workshop while leaving Tlazolli to wallow. They head outside to chat, and Shilonen briefly heads back inside to restrain Tlazolli for delivery to the tribe's custody later. They chat with Nepecha, who says she tried to get help lots of times, but it seems the letter to Shilonen was the only thing that worked. Nepecha then breaks down and says because of Tlazolli she no longer remembers anything of her past other than her name. Shilonen says she'll look into her past and lets her stay at her workshop for now. The next day, they meet with Shilonen at her workshop. Shilonen says Tlazolli is in custody and awaiting punishment, and all blaze gem inscriptions will be destroyed. Destroying them should restore all memories to their respective owners. Lastly, Shilonen will allow Nepecha to stay with her for the time being and may even teach her some crafting skills. And that is the end of this quest in this video. If you like what you've seen here, please like, comment, and subscribe.